Hey guys, I have not read in a while. This is a fun reading, okay? I'm a massive Sex and the City fan. We obviously know Kim Catrall does not get on with Sarah Jessica Parker. And in general, I just wondered how the new series is going to go down, because obviously I've heard it's going to be very woke. It's going to offend a lot of the old-time viewers. They're not going to be happy with it. There's a lot of... People aren't happy about the fashion as it is and what she's wearing, and saying she would never wear that. So I just want to know how it's going to come out, okay? Is it going to be like a whole new wave of fans, or the old fans going to turn off? So just have a look at the energy. One's just fallen out straight away. A steady build straight away. This is almost like the fruits of their labour are going to pay off here. And they've really, I hear, almost gone through the mill of it when it comes to the research on everything. So all the current topics like Black Lives Matter, things along those lines, have been thoroughly looked into. Transgender issues, all those kind of things have been... I've heard no slip-ups. They really do not want to slip up here I'm hearing for the woke. I keep hearing the word woke, the woke brigade, okay? They're going to be happy, apparently. There. Okay, let's see, though, how is it going to be received? Is it going to be such a big hit they're going to make another one? That's what I want to know. I hear there's not another film, actually, because it won't be in the same format, so they won't. There might be a spin-off, as in younger versions of themselves, as in a Sex and the City for New York, for like a younger generation coming through. I don't know if you remember in one of the films, you saw them walk past these girls that were like what they were like in their 20s. I can see something like that coming out of this. But they're not going to reunite for a film. And I don't feel, no matter how much they try and pay Kim Catrall, she just doesn't feel she needs the money or the drama, I hear. Okay, energy-wise, how is the series going to go? Not happy. Okay, well, straight away for me, Page of Pentacles means good news in regards to money. So they're going to be paid off well for this, I hear. It's not going to get the reaction they wanted to. And I feel it's going to be, again, it's a double-sided sword, because in some respects it's going to gain a lot of new fans, okay? But they're going to lose a lot of the old fans as well. And it's not going to live up to the hype, I just heard. It's not going to live up to the hype or people's expectations. I suppose it could be similar to watching Star Wars growing up in the 80s, then watching it re-released, like years later, and thinking, nah, it's not for me. It's kind of along that line. So they've really made sure they've got something for everybody, okay, basically. And I hear all the current topics are in there. I keep hearing transgender as well with this. So again, it's well researched. They have younger writers as well. It's almost like they've got somebody in. I feel he could be a gay guy, male, from a fashion perspective as well, to give his opinions on it too. Almost like he has been taken in secretly, almost like a ghostwriter, to make it very kind of now. You know what I mean? And I don't think you're really going to hear about him, but they've got some younger influences to come in when it comes to the script. Now, I don't know anything about the script. I don't know who's written it. I know nothing, okay? But it's almost like they've got a younger generation coming in to help them do that, okay? But again, double-edged sword, for me, that means win and lose still. It's still going to be a win and lose, and they're not going to be happy with it. I mean, for me, this is Sarah Jessica Parker. It's not going to be the hit. I hate to say this, guys, because I quite like the fact that she hasn't dyed her hair, and they have got grey hair in this, and they're not trying to hide the ageing as such. Apart from, obviously, Charlotte has quite a lot of fillers going on there, if you've seen the pictures. But overall, I just feel Sarah Jessica Parker is not going to be happy with it. She's not going to be happy with it. And I hear in some ways it's almost like they're trying to make her too cool and too trendy. And it's not suiting her age. It's a bit of ageism coming up for this as well about her. And I hear past it, which is a horrendous thing to say, because I don't think she's past it at all. But it's almost like that opinion comes up. Almost like that character is done and dusted. Why revisit it? So expect to see storylines in the papers about that, like, why do we need this again? That kind of line. And trying to make her out like she's in her 30s again when she's not at all. There's going to be a lot of ageism stuff coming up about this too. But it's almost like they're saying, We didn't need to see the character again. She's carries past it in that respect. Stop trying to make her into this young 30, vibrant, whatever. She's not like that. She's grown. And they're not going to really cover that in the film as such. She's still going to be like, not much growth, to be honest, for the character, I feel there. And I absolutely adore Sex and the City. I cannot wait for the series. So I'm not just saying that to be bitchy or anything like that, but I just pick up these words past it. Not just an age thing, more the character. I keep hearing, why revisit it? I'm pleased they are. I'm really happy they are revisiting because I really want to see it. So money-wise, it's going to be great. For the lead cast, absolutely amazing money-wise. Personally, I feel this is mainly Sarah Jessica Parker. Not happy with it. Really, really not happy with it. It's almost like she's going to look at all the downsides to it. People are just going to not be happy with her character and her growth in the new film. Again, I do feel they've got a younger writer in there, a younger writer. And you know the word woke, I mean, it's going around, you know what woke means, guys. Just look at the Daily Mail. But I do feel they have got younger writers involved there to make sure it is up to date. And yeah. Now, obviously we know Kim cannot stand Sarah, okay? Okay. How are the other girls getting on though? So I want to know, obviously, I'm just going to say the cast name, guys, because it's easier. I'm going to get tongue twisted, okay? So you've got Carrie, you've got Miranda, and you've got Charlotte. In real life, how is that between them? Is there tension between them? Is it like, are they getting on okay? They obviously came back to do the film. Did they just do it for the money? Or do they actually want to turn this into a franchise? No joke. I just heard turn this into a franchise, which for me means, again, a run-off series from this going on, and maybe a film, but with a completely different cast, and I hear drop-in. So Carrie in particular, I feel, may drop into the film randomly as like a guest role in this new series coming up. So it's a younger generation Sex and the City. But how are the girls really? That's what I want to know. I want to know how they actually get on in real life, really. Obviously, we know about Kim, but what about the other girls? What's the energy like while they're filming this? That's what I want to know. They're working super hard. It's actually a light energy, to be honest, guys. The fall means a lot of fun. It's almost like they're not really bothered. How do I explain this? It's almost like they don't feel they've got anything to lose here. They don't care. They're older. They don't care. They've got the money they need, It's like it's either going to be okay or it's not. They wanted to go back there. They wanted to have fun again. They wanted to reunite on screen. There's a lot of fun and silliness with this. So it's actually a very light, fun energy. So there's nothing dark or bitchy coming through at all about them at the moment, as a group. Just fun. Wanted to have a laugh, okay? Revisit the past, I hear. Even though we've got no past cards here, I'm just hearing the words, they wanted to revisit the past and have fun with it. Okay? We also have the star, which means the wish come true. Now, I think it is Sarah as well, Sarah Jessica Parker, that has been pushing for this for years and years and years. Now, we didn't get a Sex and the City 3, but it was mainly her that got the cast back together. And this is her wish come true, was to reinvent it. And I think it is shitty that I'm still getting the ageism word here, because Sarah Jessica Parker really wanted to prove a point that it doesn't matter how old you are, you could be fashionable, you could be sexy, which is, of course, we know this is true. But again, I'm getting links to the character being the age she is now. It's going to bring up some snarky comments and stuff. So I do get a lot of ageism, but they wanted to prove a point here. They wanted to prove a point, the women. Fair enough to them. God, I hope I look like that when I'm like 55, 60. Okay. And again, they've really put the work in the research. This is almost like the master's card and the study card. So I really feel they've gone together. And I'm seeing meetups randomly in stuff like coffee shops and stuff where you would never expect them to get together to go over the script and say, well, this isn't in there. Do you not think we should include it because it's a current topic? They've really done the research as well. And again, I feel they brought in younger not cast members. We know they've got younger cast members, younger writers coming into the fold, I'm hearing as well. And a new fashion designer, a new guy, I think he's a gay male, who's going to turn heads, who's been involved with this secretly. I keep getting this young guy coming in. And I don't know who's actually styling for them now. I know it's not the original stylist. So yeah, sorry guys, I haven't read for a while, so it's a bit all over the place. I should have written out my questions. How is Kim Catrall going to feel about the series? How's she going to feel once she sees it? What will be her opinion on it? Honestly, I really want to know. Kim. I love Kim. I mean, how can you have Sex and the City without Samantha? That's all I'm going to say. Right, Kim. What is Kim's energy around this? What's her... I don't know why, guys, but I just heard she was bought out, which makes no sense to me. Bought out, because she didn't want to do it anyway. Bought out, a payoff. This is weird. This is weird. There's something going on behind the scenes of that. How does she feel about this new series? How does she feel? Oh, guys. Urgh. So Eight of Swords pretty much straight away is like not committed to it at all, doesn't want to do it, wants to run a mile, which we already know. We already know that. But I don't get why I keep hearing being bought out. She was bought out. I don't know why that's coming through. How else does she feel? Now that's quite an interesting one because that's the stability cards. Yeah, okay, here we go. Now, the love messages was pretty much them coming forward and saying they want her to go back in it. And I hear there's no Sex and the City without Samantha. She thinks this herself as well, okay? And I hear Kim thinks Samantha is the lead character, which I think a lot of us did kind of feel that as well. And it would be so weird that she wasn't going to be in it anymore. And I hear this is like the card of love letters, okay? Love letters. Love messages, sorry, and this is them coming in, the producers really trying to get involved there, and she's having absolutely none of it. She's like, I don't want to do this. And they're kind of trying to say to her, you will have stability, you know. And again, guys, I keep hearing franchise, so it's almost like they tried to sell it to her as in, after this, it's going to keep running, and I'm hearing this could give you work for years if you wanted to do it. They're trying to sell, this is them trying to sell the stability for her if she took this role, and she's having none of it. Right, one more. Let's just do one more. I know about Kim and Sarah Jessica Parker. Will they ever sort things out? I don't know why I'm laughing. Sorry. Will they ever reunite? I'm not even on about will she come back as Samantha. I'm on about will they ever reunite and be friends again, be seen at a premiere again. Straight away, guys, I heard open wounds. It's still an open wound. And it stayed that way for years. Great. That's not a great word to come through then. Open wound, festering open wound. So obviously that doesn't sound great. Will they ever get back together? Oh my God. I don't want to tell you what I just said. I mean what I just heard over my dead body. which is terrible. But let's just see. I want them to get back together. Will they get back together at some point? Will they get back together in the future? Again, torn in two ways. So it's almost like, iffy. Sometimes potentially, and then other times it just veers back off. And I'm getting money with this as well. A lot of it's to do with money, not getting the money that Kim thinks she deserves to do this role, because she does feel like she's the main character in it. And I must admit, I can't imagine it without Samantha. But that's really coming across. She's kind of torn because I don't know if she's actually said anything about for the right price she would do it. I feel she may consider, if it's a franchise and the whole girls aren't together and she has a drop in role, she would consider it. I hear guest appearance. She would only consider it. But I do hear in general she doesn't want her name tied to that again. She's not that fussed about it, but she is considering a guest role if the other girls weren't around and it was a younger cast and she just happened to drop in like a guest appearance again. Only thinking about it. And then potentially she could come back into it. But again, if I'm honest, guys, the energy I get is more her coming back into a franchise or a series runoff than her actually coming back to be friends with Sarah Jessica Parker again. If she goes back towards Sex and the City and anything to do with that, it's all going to be work-related. It won't be because she wants to be friends with Sarah Jessica Parker. I mean, this just means a long, hard battle that they may overcome at some stage, but I'm hearing there's no rush. She doesn't feel there's any rush to get back together. She just doesn't. There's nothing there, I feel, that she wants to. She really wants to. And I also hear she's done well enough without this relationship for long enough anyway. So why do it now? Why turn the tables now? She's already coped really well without them. So why would she do it all of a sudden now? And for me, that makes sense, unless it was something, a really interesting project connected to it, a spin-off. Again, I'm hearing a spin-off that she may consider doing, but again, she's a bit iffy. Yeah, guys, last card, Knight of Cups. Again, producers coming in to woo her. Again, coming back in towards her to try and woo her. So I don't feel she's going to be connected to Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't feel they're ever going to be friends, if I'm honest. I don't feel we're going to have them reunited in that sense. I feel she may come into it potentially as if there's going to be a spin-off. And the spin-off will all be dependent on obviously how the series goes. But I do hear it written out. I hate to say it, but I do feel after the series they're going to maybe try and write out the older cast members, and they're trying to bring new ones in. So guys, let me know in the comments if you've heard anything about a spin-off potentially. I'd love to know. And I'm going to really miss Samantha. I'm absolutely gutted she's not in it. And I'm not too keen on the fashion yet either. But a lot of it was to do with ageism. I'm picking up from Sarah Jessica Parker. She doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the money, to be honest. She doesn't have to do this. I hear it's her child, it's her baby. And she did want to prove a point that Hollywood, you don't just get written off. You know what I mean? What, because I turn a certain age, you're going to write me off? I can still be stylish, we can still be sexy. And I feel that's an amazing thing. I think that's a really good thing they're doing. I do. I really do. Ageism is bullshit. It really is. Right. Bye, guys. This is my aloe vera plant called Voodoo, by the way. I mean, I want a cat called Voodoo or a cat called Salem. I know. But I'm not allowed a cat, so I got a plant. Oh, yeah, guys, any questions? I would love to do a part 2 on this because I love this topic. I love Sex and the City. Good night, all.